Hey guys, in this video we will see how to pull HTML data that is present on different websites into Pandas Dataframe. Many times it is required to pull a data that is present on different websites into Pandas Dataframe, and if you are going to do it manually, then that is going to become very difficult. So in this video we will see a simple technique to pull data that is present in the table, and the table is present in the different web pages into Pandas Dataframe. So let's begin. So I will show you from where we have to pull a data. So first website is basically we are going to pull a Cricket World Cup 2023 data. So if you let me just do one thing. So I will show you. So Cricket World Cup 2023. So let us search Cricket World Cup 2023. We want it. Okay. So let's open this particular site, Cricket World Cup 2023, and click on standings. So this is the table basically. In this table, we have names of the teams along with how many number of matches they played, how many number of matches they won, how many number of matches they lost. Then again, different parameters are there basically. Any match they have tied, number of points, net run rate, and so on. So we wanted to pull this data as a table, as a data frame into Pandas. So what we can do? So first of all, we can copy this particular URL, and let's minimize this. Let's go to the Anaconda prompt. In Anaconda prompt, right, we have to activate the virtual environments. So let us see what are the environments available in my system. So Conda environment list. So yeah, so we have 3 environments. So let us activate any environment. So I will work in this test environment. So activate test environment. So if you don't know what is this Anaconda environment, how to install Anaconda framework and how to create virtual environments, we have already created a video. You can go to that videos and you can watch that. Then after that you will able to understand how basically Anaconda framework works. So if you are going to watch this video first time, right? If you have already seen the previous video, then it is no problem at all. So we have activated the test environment. If you see earlier, the base environment was active, and now the current test environment is active. Let us do one thing. So where we have to work, so here is this is the directory. Basically we are going to work in this particular place. You can work in any directory, that is not a problem. So let me copy this path, let me go to here, and let me do one thing, cd space, and just right click here. So it will paste the path, and if I'm going to make enter, so you can see we came to that particular location where this particular directory is pointing. So let us create one folder here. So for example, pull, right, data is our HTML, pull HTML data to Pandas. So that is the directory which we are going to create now, and you can see it, pull HTML data to Pandas has been created here. Let's go into this directory, pull HTML data into Pandas. And now currently this directory is blank. Let us open VS Code into this particular place. So if you have not installed VS Code, you can install VS Code. We have already created a video for that also, and how to integrate Jupyter Notebook into VS Code, or you can use any IDE basically, that is not a mandatory. You can go with normal plain Jupyter Notebook, you can go with PyCharm, any IDE you can use. So I'm going to use here VS Code. In VS Code I have configured Jupyter Notebook. So let us create a Jupyter Notebook here. HTML data to Pandas .ipynb. Once you are going to create this ipynb file, you can see a notebook here, and on right side here is the select kernel. You can select a kernel. So select this particular kernel. So the test environment has been selected now. Now let us start writing the code, right? So first of all, we need to import Pandas. So let us import Pandas. So import Pandas as PD, and once we are going to import Pandas, you can create a variable, and you can create variable of any name, and you can just paste this is actually the folder location, but I want to take this particular URL where the dataset is available. So let me copy this, and let me go to here, and let me just paste this path here. So from where we have to pull the data. So this is basically the URL of particular website where the data is present. Let us run this, and once it is going to run, right, let us create one more cell here, and in Pandas there is a method named as read HTML. So if you see here, read HTML, so if you use this method, just pass this URL here. right? Just copy this, okay, and just paste into this read HTML, right? And let's try to see the data is going to load. Yeah, so data is going to load. This read HTML internally looks for tags present in HTML, and the table tag is basically where the table data is present. It's a TD tag. So TD and close TD tag, it will look for that particular tag, and wherever it goes, it gets the particular table, that particular data, it pulls a data, and it pulls a data from that particular place basically. But if you see now, this data comes in particular list. So this is the list starting, and if you see here, the list ending. So let's do one thing now. Let's create a table and write this data into table. Let me show you. Okay, now we have written this table. We have pulled the data from that particular place, and we have stored into table. And now if I'm going to print the table, right, you will get the same thing basically. And if I'm going to access the first element in the list, this table is the first table. So if you are going to pull this, if you are going to access first table using 0 index, then it will show you the data present in this particular format. So if you see now, this particular data that we have pulled from that particular place, and we can create a df now. So df is equal to this. So if you want to take if you want to see a look on this particular data, then you can check it out. So the first 5 rows we have printed, that this is first New Zealand, this is New Zealand, NZ, India, South Africa, Australia, Pakistan, and so on basically. And this is the data which we have taken from this particular place. So this is the one way, right, using which we can pull the data. But some websites are not allowing web scraping. So some websites are going to deny if you're going to take a data from that particular websites. So I will show you second website from where we are going to pull a data, and it is going to deny that particular web scraping. So we can try with a different package, that is basically request. And if it is not, we can try it out basically. All the websites will not give a data, will not allow to take a data from their websites. But if it is possible, then we can try with that option also. So I will show you that second option also. Let me open that second website. So if you go here, yeah, so this is the URL, right? So I just search on the website, right, sample HTML data, and I got this particular website. I will share the link of this website into the description of this video. This both basically datasets link video into the video description. And you can see in this particular web page, this is the table available, and this table we wanted to pull, right? So how can we pull this data? So let's take this particular URL, copy this, and let us try to pull data. So let us create one more variable, URL1 is equal to this, and let us run this, and let us take the same thing, right? So let us try to check table 1. If you are going to read this, let me do one thing now. Yeah, let me go down and let me just, okay, so pd dot read HTML URL1, and let's try to save into table 1 because table already we have. And if you are going to do this now, let us, yeah, you got the HTTP error. What is the HTTP error? So this first you will get this particular error that LXML module is not installed. If you not have LXML module, I already installed LXML module earlier. So if you're not installed, you can do one thing. So currently we got second error, but yeah, so here I will show you. So pip install, right, LXML. This error is not about LXML, but if you get the error of LXML, then just do one thing, pip install LXML. So it will go that particular error. So let me show you. So requirement already satisfied. But now if we are going to see, LXML is already installed, but still if you see the error, this website is not allowing us to copy a data. So let me copy this error and let me search in the internet what is this particular error. So if you see here, 403 status is mean to inform that the browser is not authenticated to use this particular service, and it is not going to allow the web scraping. So what we can do now, we can try with another package, that is request. So you can install one more package. Let me do one thing. So either you can install the package from here also, or you can install from here also. In the same environment it will install, no problem. So here it is not showing because it's a PowerShell, but if you go and if you click on command prompt, then it will show the particular test environment here. So you can install from any place basically. Let me clear a screen and let us install pip install. The package name is requests. Yeah, so it is already installed in my system, but if in your system, if it's not installed, you can install it. So once it is going to install, right, let's do one thing now. Let's create a cell here, import request package. Instead of importing here, we will import at the start only. So import request package, and in request package, right, we have a get method. So let's do one thing now. Instead of doing this, so we will do one thing now. Now let's comment this line and let's add one more cell here, right? So in request package, request.get, and we already have a URL1. So let us try to read this particular data and let's save this data into tables. So tables equal to this. Let us check it now. It has taken a data, all the data into tables. And once you got that all HTML text into tables, so you can use this particular pd.read.html now. So pd.read.html, and inside this you can do one thing now. Whatever data we got, we can go for table with .text property. So whatever text is present in this particular response, I think we can do one thing. So instead of giving this table for confusion, so we can give this variable name as a response. So see what we are doing. This is the data URL which we have passed here. So we are going to make a request to this particular URL, give all the text data, all the data, that HTML text data, and save into response. So once it is going to save into response, from response, right, we are going to extract only text, and let us save into table 1. So let us run this now and let's try to print table 1 now, table 1. So we can check it out now. This data already came, but again this data is present in the forms of list. Why list? Because for few websites, on few web pages, there may be multiple tables, and if, for example, on a website, if there are 2 tables, then the first table will be present at 0th index and second table will be present in first index of a list. So if you have to access second table, then you can pass the index as a 1. If you want to access the first table, then index you have to pass as a 0. So if you are going to directly access the complete table 1, then it will give the complete list. And if you are having 10 tables in that particular website or web page, then it will show the all 10 tables. And if we want to access only first table, so the first index is basically 0. So if you are going to do this, you can see now the names came here, the position came here, office came here, and you can see it now how many records came. So around 57 records came, and the 57th record is basically this header. Header is already available here also. Let us verify the data in that particular place. So this, you can see the header is already available here also, and only 10 records are currently shown here. So if we are going to say there are total 57 entries, and if you go to the last 6th place, you can see these are 56 records, right? And along with this also. So the header is already there, because of this it came actually. So this is the data that we have pulled from that particular website. Again, a request model is not going to ensure that we can pull a data from all the websites. Some websites again blocks the request model also, but at least we can try with the request model also. So this is the way using which we can pull the data. I think this video this is enough. So if you like this video, you can share this video to your friends, and you can subscribe this channel, right, if you found this video useful. Thank you very much.